Looks like Xidulu, I think. So it looks like Xidulu. I'm not 100% sure. We've been trying to keep up with her. She's going into some very thick stuff. So this is the first actual decent glimpse we've got of her. We're going to try to keep up with her. But it is quite hectic in here, and she's about to go into a little river system. I'm hoping we're going to be able to cross that river system and follow her. Isn't that gorgeous? Well, already a longer or better view of a leopard than the one we got this morning. There we go. That does look like Xidulu. Wendy, yay, Xidulu. I agree with you, Wendy, yay. Wonderful to catch up with little Xidulu. Well, not so little. She's a big female now. The first time I saw her, she was still called Ingrid Dam's young female. She was just independent of her mom. Okay, so let's try to get a bit closer. Gary, I hope you were right. I'm also in the mood for a hunt this evening, and I'm sure so is Senzo and everyone else out there. And she's quite a busybody as a leopard. She's been ducking and diving and moving quite quickly through the bush. Thankfully for us, she's stopped for a second now. Beautiful late afternoon light coming through. Oh, itchy, yeah. Now, it's difficult to say, Justin, whether she'll keep pushing into Tundi's territory, but it is a possibility. She is a lot younger. Tundi is getting a little bit long in the tooth, so to speak. Well, what happens with leopards is they actually get short in the tooth as they get older rather than long in the tooth. So it is possible she'll keep pushing, but Tundi might push back. You never know. Okay, hang on, guys. Let's have a look. Hi. How steep this is here. Yeah, I can see it's fine sense. Okay, there she is. She's disappearing. Oh, don't go that way. Don't go that way. So I'm just trying to see if the Nyala sense anything. I don't think they do yet. Now, I'm not sure with it. You see, there's the Nyala there, Senzo. See it right in front of me? There you can just see them moving. There we go, she's on the move. See, quite often you don't realize how short a leopard is. They often lose sight of the prey while they're stalking. Okay, I'm just trying to see where she's gone. We've got no... Oh, there we go. Sens has found her again. See, I think she's almost going the wrong way now. See, to me, it looks like she's trying to catch sight of them again. Okay. Oh, I've lost sight of the Nyala. We're hoping she should pop out on the other side of this bush if she doesn't head for that termite mound. There she is. You see her sense? Okay. There. Right there. There we go. You got it. There we go. You can just see how that camouflage makes her absolutely melt. She's so difficult to keep an eye on when she gets into that sort of broken country. Okay, I think we need to move.
Well, everybody, this is now absolutely wonderful. We've been tracking up on this beautiful cat for a little while now, and we've managed to find him with the help of our expert tracker, Herbie. He picked up the fresh tracks, and then between us, we've been able to get him now, and he's just gone down. It looks like Hosana. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome aboard with the afternoon bushwalk. We've been able to follow up and track Hosana, the very famous leopard that we have here on Djuma in the Greater Kruger National Park in the Sabi Sands. We got his tracks a little bit earlier, and well, we've managed to find him. He did run away from us a little bit, but now he's relaxed, and we're now very close to him on foot. What a wonderful experience this is. He's lying nice and flat. It seems he's relaxed quite nicely now. And we're about 25 meters away from him, so not very far, but we do have the little drainage line in between us, so he also can feel safe. But look at that beautiful camouflage that he has. If we didn't know what his tracks are like and our expert eyes to be able to spot him here in the bush, you could walk straight past him. What a beautiful cat that is. Now, Nandini, you're asking a very relevant question there. We generally let the animals tell us how far away we should be from them, and you can see his very relaxed nature. Obviously, when we do move around a little bit, he's quite sort of reactive towards that. But if he showed any sign of agitation or nervousness, we would back away. He would let us know. So he's the one that we need to watch in terms of how close we're going to get to him. But you see how relaxed he is? Well, he's relaxed with us being in this particular position, and I'm happy that we've got some dead ground in front of us. He's got cover, and so do we. So it's absolutely perfect, and well, look at his behavior. He's relaxed, and so we should be too. But we just need to watch him. If his body language changes in any way, if he starts to snarl, or he puts his ears back, or he starts to wave his tail backwards and forwards, or up and down, that's when we'd start to get nervous as well. But this cat, Hosana, is very relaxed around people and around vehicles, quite habituated, but we still need to keep our distance, and we need to be careful, especially on foot. That's why we've got this dead area in between us and that cover. Perfect. And while getting in here, we listen to all the little noises of the animals, little birds giving away his presence, especially the franklin and the spurfowl, and one or two little squirrel calls. And he is looking over at us. He is aware that we are here, but he's quite relaxed. A little bit of ear flicking, that's more so to do with the flies and so on. So he's starting to move off. I'm just going to tell Herbie that he's going around that side, just so that he knows that Herbie doesn't get surprised with him coming around there too. Now, with the leopard moving off like that, when we're on foot, we're not going to chase up behind him too much. That could irritate him. And with us being on foot, we're putting both us and the animal in danger. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to let the vehicles know, and then they can come in and view him nice and closely. And that's the best way to do things from this particular point. You never follow up on predators, elephants, or any other animals like that, especially if they start walking away. You don't chase up behind them. So that was fantastic, everybody. My heart is racing because it was so amazing. And that's it. Let's head you on over to Brent, who's got a leopard on the hunt.
Now, can you believe there is a leopard, an adult female leopard, right in the middle of your screen? You can just make out her rosettes. She's busy stalking a little group of Inyala. Now, just wait, and you can just see her moving. You see how slowly and stealthily she's moving through the thicket. Isn't this incredible? Now remember, this is 100% live, coming to you from the Sabi Sands Game Reserve in South Africa. We've already had two leopards this afternoon. And this little female, or young female, Xidulu, is busy stalking Inyala. Now, I can't see the antelope anymore, but I know they must be close, judging from her behavior. Now, there we go. She's decided to flop down straight in the road, giving all of us a nice chance to see her. Ollie, normally we can figure out which leopards which quite quickly. And, I mean, we spend a lot of time with these animals, so any new leopard in the area, it doesn't take us too long to figure out who is who. As I said, Xidulu used to be known as the Ingrid Dam young female. So her mom is the Ingrid Dam female, who is from to the west of here, quite far west actually. So Ingrid's Dam is an area we actually, well, I suppose Tristan, Scott and I all know very well. It is on Singita, where we all used to work. Oh, she is a gorgeous leopard. Giving herself a good preen after that failed Inyala hunt. Tom, indeed, these are the best type of roadblocks, but she's up and on the move again. She is heading towards the north. We will stick with her as long as possible. Hopefully she has a little bit more success on her next attempt at hunting. And traditionally, as you know, this is very much Tundi territory. Wendy, it's very difficult to tell whether she's pregnant. You only really can tell with leopards when they're quite far along, but she was mating with Hokumuri not too long ago, so the likelihood of her being pregnant for sure now is a bit difficult to call. Probably not. If she is, very recently so. Bobby, animals don't really suffer from morning sickness like humans. That would very much impede their ability to hunt and survive. So no, Bobby, don't really have morning sickness like humans. I'm sure females do feel some discomfort when they're pregnant, but I don't think they get morning sickness like humans. Or cravings. Meat is meat and a cat must eat. Oh, she is beautiful. Now, what she's probably doing is trying to get a lot of that sticky pollen off her. So at the moment, most of the grass is absolutely covered in pollen, and it's high in starch and sugar, so it's very, very sticky. So you can see the leopards will spend quite a bit of time grooming after walking through long grass at this time of the year. Oh, she's beautiful. She's giving us a good show today. I suppose well deserved after the thickets she took us through. incredible how flexible these cats are. And you see it when they're grooming, but when you actually see them jumping and running up trees is when you realize how supple their spine is. So Elizabeth, she definitely would be scent marking if she was pregnant. She needs to make sure that no other female is going to be a possible risk to her cubs. So yes, she would still be scent marking if she was pregnant. Now, leopards will scent mark even when they have cubs. It is just more unusual for them to go on long extended scent marking trips. Now, as the cubs get older, they will do that, but when the cubs are young, they don't tend to do it as often. Now, we're going to wait to see where Xidulu goes off to next. In the meantime, let's go see what Hosana is up to.
Well, we're playing a game of reverse as Hosana walks, because he's now on the move. So I'm just going to let him move past. I'm just watching him. I'll look at y'all in a minute. Just going to turn here. There he goes. Good boy. Right, let me go all the way back. And he's going in the Mulwati. Now, Hosana, of course, we saw him grooming his paws and he's doing nice yawns for us. And he seems to look after himself fairly well. I'm sure you all agree with that. Now, did you say, you did say straw head. There are, of course, at times when leopards won't keep themselves, well, in mint condition. We saw that with Tingana when he was feeling a little bit under the weather. So you can imagine, as he's trying to strengthen up again with eating, well, for trying to find a decent meal to eat, he let his coat sort of, well, he basically was neglecting it slightly. But Hosana seems to be well groomed all the time. Even when he's walking in the wet grass, he'll stop frequently and groom himself. Although Tingana is starting to look a lot better now, so he must be feeling a little bit better. I am going to talk to people on the radio, but I can't hear what they're saying. Stations, I'm having an issue with my game drive radio. I don't have any volume, but just an update. Hosana is now mobile north in the Mulwati from his last position. I think Johan will be rejoining the sighting. There's just one unlock for the moment, but there's another space for another vehicle. There we go, just quickly updating everybody. But off he goes. Isn't that beautiful? Especially watching him move that very, very white sand. It'll be quite nice to see what he does, what he gets up to. He looks like he needs a decent meal, so perhaps he'll be keeping an ear out for any nyala or bushbuck. Sammy Jane, yes, I have seen a sick leopard before, I suppose. There was this leopard named Warthog Wallow, and six-toed, not a, sorry, I didn't hear that very well. No, I've never seen a six-toed leopard before, I can't say. Sammy Jane, whenever we look at their paw prints on the ground, they've of course got 4 toes. However, lions and leopards do have a dew claw too, but unfortunately that is not visible in the track. Let me catch up to him a little bit because he's got quite far away, as you can see. So
she's still having a little rest in the road at the moment, and it has been quite warm this afternoon. She's covered a fair bit of distance since she was found, so she deserves a little rest. Probably just waiting for that edge to drop off the afternoon before moving on. Clever, if Hosana met Xidulu, that would be quite an interesting interaction. I think Hosana's still a little bit little. Xidulu might give him a good hiding, or at least chase him. It all depends. It can go either way. It would be fascinating to see. It looks like she's heard something. Nothing too serious, not taking too much notice of it. Her eyes are still a little bit droopy. And you can see she's got a 5-5 spot pattern. So for those of you not sure what a spot pattern is, the spot pattern is the best way to identify individual leopards, and it is the last line of spots, the first line of spots above the last line of whiskers. And she's got 5 right, 5 left, so she's a 5-5. Oh, tired kitty. Now, Bobby, I haven't ever seen a leopard with birth defects. Most of those critters die within the first couple of weeks of being born. It's very seldom that a wild animal with any major birth defect will last into adulthood. So I have never seen one with birth defects. Looks like she might be getting ready to move. Now, I'd say the temperature's dropped 2 or 3 degrees in the last couple of minutes, and it should continue to do so as the sun gets further and further below the western horizon.
Yes, now this is what we wanted. I'm just calling Johan quickly because I know he would appreciate a photographic moment like what we've got here. Hosana lapping up some delicious, refreshing cold water. You can just hear he's just navigating, trying to get into a very good spot. I'm envious of him right now. So, Kirsten, please, may I have that question again? I know I remember it, but I've forgotten it at the same time. Oh, there we go. Now, Dave, they've got an incredible sense of hearing. It also depends on things like wind direction that will aid something like hearing sound quite far off. And sometimes we sit hundreds of meters away. We don't even know that a vehicle is arriving the site, and we've called them in. You know that they might be 3 or 4 roads away, and you often see the cats prick their heads up already listening. And then just a few moments later, or a couple of minutes later, a vehicle will arrive. And sometimes you'll see them also pricking their ears up, and you're sitting dead quiet and you don't say a word because you want to hear what they're hearing, and you have no idea. You can't hear a sound, you can just hear birds tweeting. They may hear an impala snorting in the far distance. They could hear something like another leopard soaring a little way away. But exactly how far a leopard can hear away, I'm not exactly sure. But it would be definitely, I would say, couple of 100 meters, maybe even up to about 1 kilometer. Obviously, if it's a leopard soaring, that's going to be a bit different, but sort of maybe a subtle sound. I'm not sure. Here he comes, right in front of the car. That's me. There's the hood of the car, but you can just see all the tire that's on top. How cool is that? So relaxed, not even glancing back at us. And now back onto the road, the easiest place to walk. And he's heading straight along Twin Dams Road now. Just very, very gradual pace, going back towards Tayla Dam. Maybe he's going to try his luck with all those impala that head up to a quarantine, which are open plains behind camp, and try his luck there. Or perhaps he's going to hop into the lodge and see if he can catch an inyala at Tayla or Gallagher. But first, something on the ground that's caught his eye. I just want to reposition Darby very quickly just so I can give these guys a better view. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull off the road just slightly.
And you can see she's heading into some terminalia thickets. Stopping, listening, hoping to hear some dinner up ahead. So at this time of the year, the leopards are relying a lot on their ears to find food because of the height of the grass. And they often can't actually see what they start stalking till they get much closer. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to try keep up with her through this difficult area. While we do that, let's go see if Tayla has managed to find Hosana again.
No, Brenty, sadly, I don't want to break a second car. Guess what I did yesterday? Let me just make an online confession very quickly. You won't hear many of these. Basically, what happened when I was off-roading yesterday, I don't know what happened to Brent's, some guard in the tire, I don't know what the technical terms are, was bent and was making funny noises, but I did bend the steering arm. Woohoo! I haven't done that for a while. So I definitely did that. I don't try not to do it often, but I was off-roading severely and I did drive accidentally into a log, which was not intentional. So yes, sorry Brenty for sending Rusty to the workshop, to the hospital. But Opa is, sorting it all out, and I suppose tomorrow it'll be back in the field again.
Yes, we are still managing to just keep up with her. Fortunately, she's not moving at speed through the bush, but you can see we've switched over into infrared. We're the only vehicle here now. And she is on the hunt. She's not starving by any means, but she could do with a meal. I actually haven't seen a really fat leopard, actually, apart from Hosana. Oh, where is she disappearing into now? Well, lucky enough, she popped out onto the road exactly where we were making for, and she has been heading towards the Buffelshoek sign all afternoon, just taking some detours on the way. But there we go. Luckily for us, she did pop out exactly where we hoped she would. Now, this is a popular corner for males and females to scent mark. That's why she is smelling so intently. Now, yes, but very unnoticeably, Shorehead, they have a winter and summer coat. Their coat will thicken a little bit during the winter, but not much. Showing a bit of a sniffing. I wonder if Tingana came and scent marked here. Could also Gajima has been seen in this area, and Hukamuri. So this is a popular sort of signposting spot, this particular little junction here. And she's very, very intent on smelling what other leopard might have been here. Now, Ravina, if Tingana comes across Xidulu and she's an estrus, he'll probably try and mate with her. If she's not, and she's got a kill, he'll probably try steal the kill, and he would treat her as he would treat other females within his territory. She is really, really sniffing. Oh, she's on the move again. Oh, she's a pretty cat. Pretty cat. Possibly another scent mark there. Let's just see what she does quickly. And Taylor's stink bug invasion is in full force tonight. Sens, do you mind just turning off the presenter light for a second? Because these bugs are just taking me apart. Thank you very much. And Tayla's stink bug invasion has found me this evening. So you can see she's stopping at the prominent bushes where males would normally mark, and females. But I think that Senzo is also being attacked by stink bugs now. It's sort of an almond-like smell, but not quite. And I've managed to accidentally pushed on one, so all I can smell is stink bug at the moment. So here we go, you can see she's very actively sniffing those spots where possibly Hukamuri, Gajima, and even Tingana might have scent marked in the last couple of days since the rain. There we go. She's had a good whiff. And we're off on patrol again. Okay, while we keep up with Xidulu, let's send you back to Madam McCurry. Oh, wait, no, let's stay with us. She's just heard something in the bush right next to us. I think it was a francolin that sort of fluttered in the tree. She's still listening quite intently. It sounded like a bird. I'm not sure. She's still listening, and you see how opportunistic these big cats are. Oh, there's something coming in right next to us. Oh, it's a hyena. There's a hyena right next to us here, Sense. So, the hyena's probably been trailing her for a while, picking up on her scent. Maybe that's what she heard. Now let's go to her, look at her behavior change. And she's going to try move away from that hyena as quickly as possible. And hyena hasn't quite seen her yet, but has definitely been smelling her. Okay, and just have a look. Oh, we're just seeing, there we go, she's just turned down Aubrey's Road. See, the hyena hasn't spotted her, he's still sniffing. He's behind. Oh, there she's watching the hyena. Let's get a bit closer. Now, these little interactions happen every day out here between the different predators. Lions chasing leopards, chasing hyenas, hyenas trailing leopards. Oh, I've got a stick or stone stuck in my brakes. It's making a horrible noise. I do apologize. And just try get rid of it. There we go. Oh, no, I thought I had one, but I haven't. So hyenas will follow leopards like this regularly to try steal a potential prey, a piece of prey from them. Oh, I'm so sorry about the squeaky brakes. You all know how much. Oh, there we go. Hyena's given up. There we go, Sense. There we go. Hyena's given up. And she's jogged on. Well, the hyena might not have given up completely. But she is jogged on. She's actually, I just saw some impala to the right. Now, yes, bone to, unless they were fighting over a kill or she was fighting to defend her cubs. So, as a normal rule, follow them. The hyenas will follow the leopards, keep an eye on them, and see if they can possibly get a free meal out of it. Let's see if that hyena is still trailing further here. Doesn't look like it. There we go. So she's carrying on her patrol. She's lost her hyena tail. So that hyena would have come to have a look and noticed that she's on the move. She doesn't have any kills around. And so he's decided it's not worth his while. So we're going to keep following her for the next little bit. So you can see she's walking Yes, well, a different hyena has approached her, so she just leapt up a tree, well out of reach of the hyena, and looking down disdainfully. Let's have a seat. Might as well. You can see she doesn't look particularly perturbed. If we look back down towards the hyena, you can see giving up. Oh no, let's stop for a scratch. Scratch, 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 scratch. But, as I say, when these hyenas realize that the leopard doesn't have a kill, they might hang around the area, but they're not likely to actually pounce on her or try attack her. She's a nice source of easy food for them, and especially if she grabs something big like an impala, hyenas are quite often able to steal that carcass away from her before she is able to put it up a tree. She has been giving us a magnificent display. Ah, Laura Moore, yes indeed. This is a gorgeous picture. She is a gorgeous leopard. I'm going to check in the road, see if the hyena is still there. That hyena is gone. So, Ashton, she's going to come down. Yes, leopards do naturally seek dominance over each other. If you are dominant, you are able to breed, you are able to produce young, you are able to pass on your genetic line, and that's what these animals really want to do. So unfortunately, if I move the car, I am in a bit of a gremlin area, but she will be moving through it shortly. So we'll try to stick with her for as long as possible. Okay, well, we keep an eye on her and make sure we don't lose her before the end of the show. Let's go see where Tayla is and how her war on the stink bugs is going.